busy Saturday afternoon at the mall turns chaotic. What started as panic, with hundreds evacuating amid what sounded like gunshots.
I was literally walking by, and as I turned and looked into the store, I could hear them smashing the glass.
A botched jewelry store heist ends with 7 in custody. The latest right here, right now on Channel 5 News this weekend. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're coming to you with live team coverage from La Plaza Mall, where hundreds evacuated this afternoon during a failed jewelry store robbery. First, we go to Channel 5's Cecilia Gutierrez, who was on the scene shortly after that call first came into police. And Cecilia, what is law enforcement telling us tonight?
Yeah, Taylor, well, information right now is still very limited, but the McAllen Police Department, who was the main agency on scene, did send a press release to the media. Now, in that media release, the McAllen Police Department states that around 12:24 p.m., they got a report of an attempted robbery. Now, that robbery, or attempted robbery, took place at the Deutsch & Deutsch jewelry store by the food court. The McAllen Police Department took in 7 male suspects, and they took those people into custody shortly after this attempted robbery. McAllen police say there was no active shooting event. Again, there was no active shooting event in the mall, rather a smash and grab robbery attempt leading to breaking glass. Now, there were no injuries reported. McAllen police officers also say the charges and arraignments for all 7 suspects are still pending at this time. This case is still under investigation. You can count on Channel 5 News to bring you all of the latest details as we get them. In McAllen, Cecilia Gutierrez, Channel 5 News this weekend.
And while all of this was happening, police swooped in on a nearby motel. Channel 5's Christian Von Preissing has video from that scene.
Yeah, photojournalist Sergio Puente said he saw police running across the road as he was getting here. Now, what he saw next is police going inside this motel and 2 people coming out in handcuffs. Just as he was arriving around 1:08 p.m., we saw what looked like SWAT teams and police from various departments surrounding Studio 6. From that perimeter, they started going in heavily armed, 3 to 5 at a time. They blocked the roads from 8th Street to 2nd Street, and as they came out, they brought out 2 people in custody. 1 man, 1 woman sat down on the curb, detained by McAllen police. They were loaded into a McAllen PD squad car. We contacted police spokesperson John Sines, and he says at the moment they don't have information to release on who they are or what was happening. Halfway between here and the mall, a man was sitting down at McDonald's. He told us what he heard.
Estaba ahí en el McDonald's tomando un café con un amigo y de repente empezamos a ver gente corriendo. Y en cuestión de minutos muchas patrullas, estados, policías.
Police were here at this location from when we arrived just after 1 o'clock until about 2 o'clock, when many of them went to other locations. Again, we still don't know why those 2 people were detained today. We're still working on getting that information and answers to more questions about what happened inside this motel and at the mall today. In McAllen, Christian Von Preissing, Channel 5 News.
And as we've reported, that original call came into police at 12:24 p.m. By 1:46, our reporter Catalina Cruz was able to walk inside of La Plaza Mall. Catalina, what did the scene look like as you walked in there today?
Yeah, so whenever I first got here, people were gathered around this east side entrance of the mall, and as soon as they reopened, I went inside along with some of those customers and employees looking to get back to their stores. But before I tell you what I saw, I want to show you the moments and what was going on inside as we were being held outside of the mall. So a witness sent me this video that you're taking a look at. These were the moments after several suspects tried robbing the Deutsch & Deutsch jewelry store. You can see police holding down a suspect. We're told in all 7 were arrested. What I saw in the aftermath was shattered glass all over the floor inside that store, bright colored evidence markers, and law enforcement getting ready to block off the scene for their investigation. A lot of the customers who went back inside the mall afterward, they weren't really fazed, and they continued shopping, and some were even eating at the food court located right by that crime scene. A lot of the businesses inside closed for the day, though. A jewelry stand even took all of their merchandise off display and told me that they're going to reopen tomorrow. A store manager I spoke to says her company trained all employees just a month ago for a situation like this, so they knew exactly what to do.
Running, both ways, both directions, and then they were just shouting, active shooter in the food court, and that's when we just close down, lock it down, let's just go to the back. And we noticed everyone else was doing the same, turning off the lights.
Again, there was no active shooter. A McAllen police spokesperson says some witnesses may have mistaken the hammer shattering glass of the jewelry displays as such, but at no point were firearms used. It's but not all back to normal here at La Plaza Mall. There are still a lot of police officers and law enforcement, both inside and out. I even saw a police canine just roaming the halls of this mall just as a safety measure. So again, the main takeaway, no active shooter, no injuries, but certainly a scary moment for those inside. Reporting live in McAllen, Carolina Cruz, Channel 5 News this weekend.
Channel 5's Valerie Gonzalez spoke with witnesses who say they saw that situation as it was happening. She joins us live now. And Valerie, what did they see or hear as this was going on?
We spoke with a couple of people who were in there at the time. What they told us was that they heard loud noises. They described them as gunshots. Then we came across two men who told us they were there by the jewelry store as it was happening. Ernie Guillen and Marcus Montalvo were walking by Deutsch & Deutsch jewelry store. That's when they saw some commotion and stopped.
Well, I was literally walking by, and as I turned and looked into the store, I could hear them smashing the glass. And it just took a couple of seconds to realize they're robbing the store. They had like hammers, they had an axe, pretty much like the little handheld axes, to literally break the glass and stuff.
They said that other stores quickly began to close up. We've talked to multiple people who told us the same thing. We spoke with a woman who was at Luby's with her daughter, and before they even got to eat, they were thrust into the chaos as staff ushered them into the kitchen. We also heard from a man who was working at a kiosk. He ran to the nearest store where they let him and other shoppers into the storage area. Eventually, when they made it out, they found out what happened. The overwhelming emotion is relief, but some people are telling us they're not planning on coming back here. You can see behind me there is some activity as some people are still walking into the mall since it's been reopened as of about over an hour ago. Reporting live in La Plaza in McAllen, Valerie Gonzalez, Channel 5 News this weekend.